Apparently, there's a way back for Harry and Meghan, at least if you believe the Daily Fail's latest headline. They claim a top psychologist has laid out the 9 steps the couple must take to reconcile with Charles, William, Kate, and Camilla. But you know what? We don't know what those steps are because the article is locked behind a paywall. And let's be honest, it's hardly worth the cost. So here we are with nothing more than a flashy headline that promises a grand blueprint for Harry and Meghan's redemption tour. But let's not forget Harry's recent interview with the BBC, where he made one thing crystal clear. By stripping him, Meghan, Archie, and now Lilibet of their security, the royal family is sending a message that nobody is allowed to exist outside the firm's control, especially not them. As we've witnessed, William and Charles have weaponized the UK media to go after Harry, Meghan, and even their children. It's a sad, relentless campaign of animosity. Yet despite all this, Harry and Meghan appear genuinely content outside the royal fold. Every day, we see them forging their own path, thriving in their personal endeavors while the firm and the UK press keep trying to sabotage their every move. During that BBC interview, Harry confirmed that his family sees how happy they are, and it begs the question, why wouldn't they still want to protect them? But we already know the firm's answer. They want control, not harmony. If it were up to Charles and William, Harry and Meghan would be unhappy, but firmly under their thumb. But they can see that Harry and Meghan love each other. So what are they doing? They're saying, actually, you know what? There's a way back for both of you. It's more than 5 years since Harry and Meghan left the UK. I've told you all this. This year, you will see more pressure being put on Prince Harry to come back to the royal fold than ever before. If Harry and Meghan sign any deal with Netflix or any other company, which I'm hoping they will, because I want Harry and Meghan to keep on earning a living, if you end up seeing that happen, I can promise you one thing. You're going to see tantrums like the one we saw when the UK media found out Harry and Meghan had signed a deal with Netflix after stepping back as senior royals. Remember when Piers Morgan on Good Morning Britain threw tantrums upon hearing about that deal? They thought Harry and Meghan would leave, fail, and then come crawling back. Now it's 5 years, and the deals Harry and Meghan signed were for 5 years. That's why this year is even more crucial. That's why you're seeing these headlines like, oh, you know what? Harry and Meghan can come back now. UK media and the firm are getting more and more desperate, especially the UK media who cover the royal family for a living. Charles, William, Kate, and Camilla don't sell papers. It's Harry and Meghan who do. That was even revealed by the director of SEO at the Daily Mail, who said they rely on people searching for Meghan Markle Daily Mail so they can monetize the hatred they created against Meghan, Prince Harry, and sadly even their kids, Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet Diana, which is wrong. We condemn it in the strongest terms. While the Daily Fail loves to pretend there's a neat list of steps to fix everything, the reality is far more complicated. Harry and Meghan have chosen a life outside the suffocating confines of the monarchy, and despite the firm's best efforts, they continue to flourish. No psychologist's 9-step plan can undo the damage inflicted by the royal family and their media allies. And no headline, however sensational, can hide the fact that this saga is about control, profit, and the insatiable appetite for clickbait. Nothing more, nothing less. The Daily Mail claims Harry and Meghan need 9 steps to reconcile with the royals, but here's the real story. Prince Harry has openly expressed a desire for peace with Charles. He's made that much clear, especially after urging his father to let Ravek conduct a risk assessment for him, Meghan, Archie, and Lilibet. Yet Charles refuses, clinging to the decision to strip away their security. Meanwhile, Harry hasn't mentioned any new desire to patch things up with William, despite what he said during his spare promotions about wanting his father and brother back. Now, it seems his priority is simply finding peace with Charles, a peace William and Charles both refuse to grant. As for this so-called psychologist who says Harry and Meghan need 9 steps to rebuild bridges with the firm, I've got my own 9 steps for Charles, William, Kate, and Camilla if they hope to stop people from turning against them and hating on the monarchy. They might ignore poll numbers that claim William and Kate are popular, but the reality is they're losing support, and it'll keep happening unless they fix this mess. If they don't want to travel abroad, especially to Commonwealth nations, and face protests with signs demanding reparations and an end to the monarchy, here's what they need to do. Call off the smear campaign against Harry and Meghan. Stop targeting anyone who supports them. Like we learned from the Byline Times expose, where the UK media tried to isolate Harry and Meghan by going after their allies. Apologize to Harry, Meghan, and their kids for all the torment they've endured. Quit leaking negative stories about Harry and Meghan to the tabloids. Reinstate Harry's security. It should never have been taken away. Harry has repeatedly said this is non-negotiable. Show respect to Archie and Lilibet and stop fueling conspiracies that question their legitimacy or place in the line of succession. Return the money Harry and Meghan paid for Frogmore Cottage renovations if it hasn't already been done. Stop interfering with Harry and Meghan's security by contacting foreign governments. This risks their safety. Order courtiers, staff, and press allies to publicly apologize in the hostility and drop the smear campaign for good. If Charles and William want to salvage their image, they must be the ones to make amends. Harry and Meghan are the wrong parties here. They're not responsible for fixing what they didn't break. People still remember Harry's interview with the BBC, where he emphasized how happy he and Meghan are away from the royal fold. That freedom and joy challenge the firm's desire for control, especially when it comes to managing Harry, Meghan, and their children. If the monarchy had its way, Harry and Meghan would be unhappy but trapped at the palace. Instead, they've thrived on their own, which infuriates both the royals and the UK press still clinging to the fantasy that Harry will come crawling back in failure. Truth is, Harry never said he wants to rejoin the royal fold. He and Meghan are content with the life they've built. Anyone who expects them to return to that hellhole they fled is ignoring how relentlessly the UK media, alongside William and Charles, have targeted them. If they went back, they'd have to work with the same royal rota that's tormented them for years. Who in their right mind would sign up for that? Harry and Meghan certainly don't owe the tabloids or the royal reporters any access to their lives or their children's lives. The UK media remains obsessed, refusing to let go. If they hadn't bullied, abused, and mistreated Harry and Meghan, perhaps the couple would have stayed. Instead, their actions pushed them away, and now the media can't accept that they're gone. As it stands, it's the monarchy and the tabloids who need 9 steps to move on from Harry and Meghan. This ongoing fixation is beyond disturbing, and frankly, we're all exhausted by it. So let Harry and Meghan live in peace, raising Archie and Lilibet while continuing their charitable endeavors. And to William, Charles, Kate, and Camilla, please end this cruel campaign. Apologize to Harry, Meghan, Archie, and Lilibet for the pain you've caused. That's the only way forward. To everyone who's tuning in, thank you for watching and supporting. We condemn the ongoing hate against Meghan, Prince Harry, and their children. We hope William, Charles, Kate, and Camilla see sense and stop the smears. Like, subscribe, and stick around for our next video, and may no weapon formed against this family ever prosper.